Hello, hello, and welcome to another Action Theater Presents. And that's not right. Well, today's feature is True Romance, starring Christian Slater and uh, Patricia Arquette, directed by Tony Scott, also starring Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer as Elvis, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, Christopher Walken, Michael Rappaport, and Bronson Pinchot, and Tom Sizemore, and Christopher Penn, and of course Samuel Jackson has a small part in here as well. This is a this is a 1993 action drama comedy romance. Who was screenplay written by Quentin Tarantino. The synopsis reads like this: the two unlikely lovers are propelled into a violent game of high stake negotiations and high speed adventure when they take an unexpected possession of a valuable mob contraband. This is a fun film, folks. This is uh, has gained quite the following throughout the years. It has an audience score of 93% and a Rotten Tomatoes score of 93%. And welcome, deleted scenes. How you doing?
Hello, Bill. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you. So we have the should have it pinned at the top. Oh, the screening room should be pinned at the top of both of our on both of our channels. Oh, there we go. There's screening room. I'm
I
gonna
will
load
have
that
mine
up
pinned
right
very
now.
shortly. So
Huh?
I will have mine pinned to the top very shortly now. Sorry again to everyone on my end of the show. I'm running a little bit behind here, but
Oh
I'm
well,
here now,
we're ha-
and
we're happy you
hope
made it.
that everybody enjoys the show. All right.
And also I'd like to welcome all those joining us over on Rumble. All right. Is there anything you would like to say before we get started there, deleted?
All right. As Bill mentioned in the promo, this is based on an early Quentin Tarantino script. He had originally intended at one point to direct it. However, um, finding himself in some financial straits, shall we say, he had to sell the script off, and it wound up, of course, being directed by the late great Tony Scott, and the film that you see before you today was born. and
Mhm.
there were some changes between the script and the final film, and I'm going to be pointing those out along the way. Um, the original the original structure of the screenplay was very much as you see with most of Tarantino's scripts, which was this sort of cutting back and forth in time, as he called it, answers first, questions later. And so I'm going to be pointing out those differences throughout the film.
If this was your first time joining us, we can't actually show these films here as much as we would love to. We would love to show them to you, but we can't due to copyright, heavy copyright law, and the rules and regulations within YouTube. So I'm afraid we cannot show you this to you here on YouTube. However, we do have a screening room available where you can watch along with us. And that link is posted at both of our chats and is highlighted right at the bottom of your screen right now. If you are catching this on the replay, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. We'll hope you can find this on now Fandango at home to watch and multiple uh,
You can also
platforms.
follow along if you have your own copy
Yes,
of the film.
is that a steel book?
No,
No,
no, this is
it just looks shiny.
the original DVD.
Nice.
But something just went flying out. Um,
Uh,
okay.
Thank you for sharing that. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we'll head on over, follow us over the screening room, and I will start the film.
Morgan Creek logo. James G. Robinson presents, and he was a producer on Young Guns. And of course, Tony Scott. Of course, Christian Slater is our lead character, Clarence Worley.
Mm-hmm.
And the actress with him there is Anna Thompson, who you might remember from Unforgiven,
The Crow.
The Crow,
Mm-hmm.
and also the first Bad Boys. I have seen the original Street Fighter, but I have never seen the other two. And I just realized I had my old avatar up from the other night. So let me get that.
Always good to see you, Lady V Element and Connie Clarely.
Okay. Um, so he's kind of struck out with Anna here, but don't worry about Clarence. Now we cut to our credit sequence here, and you see our great cast they put together for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those everybody was somebody movies. And theme music very much and very intentionally reminiscent of the movie Badlands. Now you get Patricia Arquette as Alabama, and now for those of you who have not read Tarantino's original screenplay, the opening scene was the opening scene in that script as well. Only in Tarantino's version, it cuts straight to Clarence in Alabama, already in LA, and meeting Dick Ritchie at his apartment, Michael Rappaport's character. Um, but as you're going to see in the final film, where it was all edited together in a linear structure, that doesn't happen until about halfway through the movie.
Hello, Curtis Shelby. Welcome.
Hello, Curtis. New subscriber to my channel. He also has his own channel.
Nice.
Please subscribe. Now, Clarence's description of Sonny Chiba's character in Street Fighter is correct. He's not so much the good guy. He does the right thing at the end, but through the rest of the movie, not really so much. Yeah, he has to spiel down, doesn't he? I don't think we would want her and Mickey Rourke in the kitchen at the same time. She didn't want to do the Persians line, but they kept it in.
Yeah, sadly, no. Even in the 90s, the comic book stores were dying off. We're at 12:15 on the timestamp. Mhm.
Now, for anybody, um, who has not seen the unrated version, uh, no, that's not the unrated stuff. That was in the R-rated version. So we'll get there. If I remember correctly, most of the differences are in the third act. Oh, we're watching the unrated version now. That's correct, right, Bill? We're watching the
Yeah,
unrated
yeah,
version.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, Cat's out of the bag. Now, I always wondered if the Lance they're referencing here was the same one that was in Pulp Fiction, but because all of Tarantino's movies connect in some fashion, and this movie is actually no different. And I'll talk about some of those links when we get a little further on in the movie.
What's a Drexel?
Cut to the son of a bitch.
The Drexel. And there's Samuel Jackson.
Then this guy right here, he was into Crow as well.
That's right, he was. Wow.
We now cut to John Woo's A Better Tomorrow Part 2, already in progress. Which is a movie I think we ought to do for Action Theater sometime, Bill. You get a kick
Yeah.
out of it. And here's the introduction of Val Kilmer as Elvis, referred to as the mentor in the script. Not helping.
Hello, Mike and Mike's DVD Blu-ray collection. Welcome. Good to see ya.
I think this is my first time seeing you in our chats, Mike. Hope you enjoy the show. Cosme link is at the top of the chat.
Mhm.
We're watching
Also,
True.
it's also pinned in the Rumble chat as well.
Ah,
For those of us on watching us over on Rumble, we are watching True Romance, 1993 action drama, directed by Tony Scott, starring Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Chris Walken, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer cameos as Elvis. Our current timestamp is 24:17.
Suspected deleted. And hello, Tim.
Hail to you, Tim.
Yeah. Now, uh, this is a character you probably couldn't get away with now. um,
No.
the basically this white guy who acts black or acts like what his idea of a black guy would be.
He's even got the dreadlocks going.
Yeah. D. Charlie Bronson. Mr. Majestic. That's another one we might want to consider down the line, Mr. Majestic.
Which one?
Mr. Majestic. Oh. No, he wouldn't.
Notice the techno sounds a lot like the theme song to 1995's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, kind of does, doesn't it? Whoops. Oh, there's a cartridge in his pear tree. And goodbye, Marty.
Alabama worries the type of lady you want to come home to. Well, that's not her clothes. Here we have Dennis Hopper. I'm pretty sure the music in here is Tarantino's influence. Hello, Taylor Swift. Welcome.
Slow it down, man. He must have had a blast with this part.
Yeah. I love how his car's an actual pink Cadillac.
And cut to Los Angeles, and we get the introduction of Dick Ritchie, played by Michael Rappaport. Um, just avoid him on Twitter, folks. He's a bit of a nutcase. Or Instagram or whatever the hell he's on.
Always been a pretty good actor, though.
Yeah, that's yeah, he is. But yeah. I like how Peter Breck has already been cast as this thug. Oh, okay, to be like 70, but okay. Oh, that was just kind of a joke at Michael Rappaport's expense there, Curtis. No, no big deal. No big deal.
Yes, she was. She did play medium.
Oh yeah. Mhm. Now, of course, here's the scene that this movie's probably best known for. He is the Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV. I mean, come on. No. Well, technically, that Drexel stole from, but
Yeah.
mm, possession is 9/10 of the law and all that. Kind of going back to King of New York territory here a little bit.
It's pink. I say it's pink. Pink Cadillac.
They're doing a lot of presuming here.
Yeah.
Hey, can you consider two people a massacre?
I guess so.
Oh.
Maybe somebody else got shot that we didn't see.
Well, technically four, but they don't seem to care too much about the first two guys.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson gets killed in this movie, and nobody gives a fuck about him later on.
Yeah.
Don't even mention him again. And hello to Big Al Presents.
What's up, Big Al?
We're about 50 some odd minutes into the unrated edition of True Romance.
Yeah, 5204. This is one of my favorite parts of the film, though.
Mm.
Violent, but it's a great scene.
Guy's got 17 Panamams. Woman's got 20, but the guy's got 17. That's another line you couldn't get away with today.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, you would not be able to get away with this movie today's world.
Hmm. Now, everything he's telling him here is true.
Mhm.
It's crude the way he's putting it, but he knows they're about to kill him, so he doesn't really care at this point. Um,
He insults him in the best way.
yeah, and with history.
Yeah.
Because if anybody remembers the movie The Vikings, Sidney Poitier plays the commander of the Moors in that film, and he has a Sicilian wife in that movie. Mm. And he's also kinda using their own racism against them too, which is interesting. Yeah, fake plant.
Eggplant.
You're a cantaloupe. Oh, boy. Uh, Quentin, you were inspired when you came up with this one, huh? Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was the Vikings or the Longship, Sal. That's my bad. I knew it was one or the other. Killed anybody? It's 1984.
Yeah. This movie's got both James Gandolfini and Tom Sizemore in it.
Mhm.
Now, is that Cadillac pink or purple? It looks pink to me.
Uh, it's it's more purple-ish.
Uh, they just passed the Capitol
Yeah.
Records building
Mhm.
on the highway.
Yeah.
It's funny that in Brad Pitt early roles, he was either the good-looking guy or the stoner, and here he's playing the stoner roommate. William Shatner's most famous role, Captain Kirk. Free Jack.
Free Jack. Yeah.
That movie was so horrible.
Yeah. Mick Jagger was good though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was not a fan of Free Jack.
yeah.
So you have Emilio Estevez, Rene Russo, you have Jonathan Banks, Buster Poindexter, Anthony Hopkins, Mick Jagger. How do you mess that up? But they did. Now, for those of you who are looking for connections between, okay, take care, Curtis.
Later, Curtis.
I know Curtis is a big fan of this movie, so I'm glad he could be here for at least part of it.
Yeah.
Um, Miguel says, "Thank you." Milas did not have the long ships in my collection. I don't have it either. So yeah, I mean, like I always say, if somebody enjoyed a movie I didn't, that's fine. But it's just
Uh,
didn't land with me. Um,
There you have Gordon Pichet.
Bronson Pinchot, yeah, of
Yeah, who was
course,
in
from
Beverly Hills Cop and most famously for his TV show. What was it?
Perfect Strangers.
Perfect Strangers. Yeah.
Hmm.
This is Magic Mountain, or
Mhm.
as some LAites call it, Tragic Mountain. And this is the Viper. Uh, the Viper, I believe, was brand new in '91, and this came out in '93. So this roller coaster is barely new at the park.
Hmm. In the script, the meeting between Clarence and Elliot happens at the LA Zoo, but I guess they thought this was more dynamic.
Six Flags Magic Mountain is now Six Flags was purchased by Cedar Fair amusement park. So Cedar Fair and Six Flags destination amusement parks are now one and the same. I believe at Six Flags Magic Mountain they got like 18 roller coasters.
Anyway, what I was going to say is for those of you that are looking for the connections between one Tarantino film and another, um, the Lee Donowitz character, who we're going to meet here in a bit, is supposed to be the grandson of Donnie Donowitz, who is the character Eli Roth played in Inglourious Bastards.
This is a famous highway in California, the Pacific Coast Highway.
Mhm. I like this little shorthand that you just have right away, you know. It's maybe less sometimes.
Mhm.
Don't give me the finger, I'll fucking have you killed. Bring the whole cast and That's pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, so because for those of you watching who have not seen this movie before, there's going to be a whole other group of characters that are going to play into things here coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lied.
Hey, you just got a part with William Shatner.
And he's You notice how every television so far is playing Free Jack?
Yeah, I know.
Randomly.
I wonder what their point was like, is it just that bad? I mean,
Hmm. I'm trying to remember if I'd seen James Gandolfini in anything before this movie, and I don't think so. I think this might have been the first time I saw him in anything. Hmm.
it's a perfect stoner.
I know. Mhm. Whoops. Friday night's a great night for football. Sorry. All right. Have you done The Last Boy Scout yet, Bill?
No. Oh, man. And he said any gas or no, he said anything else.
Mhm. Mm.
That guy there was in The Rock.
Mhm. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
yep. Thunk.
Hello, LDG.
And clocks him with the Elvis bust. How come nobody in this movie realizes she's secretly the crazy one? This gets so over the top crazy, this scene.
Take care, Tim.
I think he's dead.
That's the chick from the 98 Godzilla, by the way.
It looks to be a Porsche 911. It's snowing in LA.
Now we get to our police characters, Nicholson and Dimes. Get it? Nichols and Dimes. Tom Sizemore and Chris Penn. You ever get the idea this is a secret Tropic Thunder prequel?
Yeah. Mhm. Hey, Cody guy. Good to see you.
Hold on.
Our time step is 1:29:17. Apparently, that's a big thing in LA. 7 o'clock call. Some beer. Cleaning products. Would he ask for cleaning products? You know he ain't gonna clean.
And hello to Cody Guy. We are 92 minutes, 15 seconds into the movie. We've reached our third act.
Mhm.
Everybody's about to converge on the, I believe it's supposed to be the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. Yeah.
It's the Beverly Hills ambassador.
Mm.
Mm.
I lost count of how many times I said that during Madam Web.
That bad, huh?
Yeah. he's going to shoot him. He's not going to shoot him. Oh, he is going to shoot him. Place your bets. Place your bets. He's not wrong, you know? It's the thing. No, no, no. You are not in Friends. That was Matthew Perry. Meanwhile, oh, dude.
Oh man.
Are you Dick Ritchie? No.
No.
Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. He is both Beavis and Butthead at the same time. It's amazing. This guy was in Speed. And the blonde-haired bodyguard here is Eric Allen Kramer, and he was the one who played Thor in the Incredible Hulk TV show. Elliot's had a rough day.
No, it's just Hollywood.
Really fucking funny.
Rio Bravo. That's a movie.
Let you in on something. I have never seen Deer Hunter straight through.
Really?
I can't do it. I've seen it in pieces, but I've never sat down and watched a whole thing. I tried it once. I got maybe like 20 minutes in.
Hmm.
Just can get that first hour is just they didn't need all that, man.
Yeah, but Deer Hunter is one of those movies you appreciate after a time.
Hmm.
You know.
You're killing me, Smalls.
We are, lady.
Baby, left me in your place to dwell. And like Pulp Fiction, you have a character who's completely oblivious to everything going on around him when he's in the bathroom. 211. Robbery in progress. Let's have. Next one. Career. It's over. May as well take your fucking snack card and burn it. Morlich is going.
I'll call you a hearse. Elvis. What's wrong with Elvis? And that's true romance, everybody. Chris Isaac playing song.
Mhm.
You're welcome, Lady Miss. Always good to see you. Are we getting close? So the scrolls there deleted.
Yes. Okay. True Romance was released September 8th, 1993. Trying to scroll up here. There were 13 filming locations, most of them in and around Los Angeles and also in Detroit. So there was a lot of location shooting. All right. Canada. Grossed over 13 million worldwide. From a $13 million budget. So basically broke even, pretty much. All right. There are 117 trivia items. Obviously, we're not going to do all of them tonight, but
No.
we'll jump through a few of them here. The trivia section in the DVD special features reports that Quentin Tarantino sold the script for about $10,000. With this money, he purchased the red Chevy Seville convertible that Vincent Vega drives in Pulp Fiction. When Dick Ritchie throws the suitcase full of coke into the air, a dare to keep kids off drugs bumper sticker can be seen. And Bronson Pinchot ad-libbed the scene where his character was caught with the cocaine. Which I question because if you look at the 1992 early draft, it's pretty much word for word. But okay, if they want to say he ad-libbed it, okay, he ad-libbed it, fine. The comic book that Clarence shows to Alabama is Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 18. In this issue, Nick has gotten a ring for his sweetheart, which he keeps on a chain around his neck. Later in the story, he gets in a fight with a Nazi. The ring falls overboard, but Fury dives into the ocean to retrieve it. What Clarence doesn't tell Alabama is that when Fury returns to give the ring to his love, he finds out that she's been killed. Isn't that good? The screenplay of this movie was originally part of a 500-page screenplay written by Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avery called The Open Road. The other half of it was used for Natural Born Killers. In both films, Tom Sizemore plays a cop. Quentin Tarantino wanted the role of Vincenzo Colcati to go to Robert Forster, but Christopher Walken got the part instead.
So much better.
According to Dennis Hopper, the only words that were improvised in their scene were eggplant and cantaloupe. And that's not in the script. No, they did that. Quentin Tarantino said he never visited the set of the movie during filming. The roller coaster scene was originally written to have taken place in a zoo. Tony Scott changed it to give the movie an adrenaline rush.
Nice.
One of the original directors set up to do this was B-movie veteran William Lustig, but Tarantino turned him down because he did not believe he could do like Jonathan Demme, who went from B-movies to regular feature movies. Gary Oldman based the character of Drexel Spivey on an actor named Willie Oneblood, with whom he appeared in The Professional.
It's another one we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Leon.
Jack, go ahead.
Oh, that's another one we need to get to.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Jack Black appears in an early role as a theater usher in a deleted scene. And if anybody gets a chance to see the deleted scenes, there's some interesting stuff that hit the floor here, including more scenes with Christopher Walken's character, where we find out this is actually kind of a working vacation for him. The son he mentions is getting married while all this is going on. And so it's an interesting little bit. Director Tony Scott gave Patricia Arquette the purple Cadillac as a gift after shooting Wrapped. As the Ford Futura she was driving at the time kept breaking down. Patricia Arquette recounts this in the 2002 DVD commentary. According to director Tony Scott, Val Kilmer had originally wanted to play Clarence. Kilmer spent 8 hours in makeup being transformed into Elvis Presley. Fortunately, he was only required for 2 days of filming. The character is called Mentor in the closing credits so as not to face any litigation from the Presley estate. Yeah, I don't think they call him Elvis during the movie at all.
No, but you do get the vibe that he is.
Yeah. The character of Blue Lou Boyle was originally a speaking part, with Robert De Niro as the definite favorite. But many cuts were made to Tarantino's script, including a scene featuring him. Instead, he's briefly mentioned as Vincent Colcatti's associate. I think it's kind of cool that you don't see him, because it's like you have this presence who's hovering over the film. I don't think he needed to be there, but whichever. Brad Pitt found the hat he's wearing in the kitchen sequence on the boardwalk in Venice, California. He took it, washed it, and wore it for the film. The scene on the roller coaster was filmed over 2 days. Michael Rappaport, unfortunately, has a fear of roller coasters and suffers from acute motion sickness. Facts which no one knew during the first day's filming. By the second day, the crew was prepared for this and gave him something to calm his nerves. As a result, one can easily tell from cut to cut on which day a particular moment was filmed by watching his face in the background. His expression goes back and forth from apprehensive and nauseous during the first day to bland and oblivious of his surroundings the second day. I wonder what they gave him.
Yeah. Hollywood, it could be anything.
As a temporary music track, film editor Tony Saccone put Outshined by Soundgarden in the scene where Brad Pitt's character gives the directions to the henchman. The result was such a hit at test screenings that a good portion of the music budget went for obtaining the rights to use the hit song in the final film. The opera piece heard during the scene with Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper is from Acme by Leo Delibes. It's also used in The Hunger, another film directed by Tony Scott. And I probably completely mispronounced all those names just then, but we're moving on. Kevin Corrigan's character is listed as Marvin, but he's never referred to by that name in the film. In one scene, Frankie calls him Mad Dog. This was an ad lib by Frank Adonis, who felt that Corrigan bore a resemblance to an Irish mob hitman named Mad Dog Hall. Quentin Tarantino. Here's an. All right, this is going to. This is where you're going to find the IMDb kind of stumbling on itself here. Let me throw this at you. Quentin Tarantino wrote the roles of Clarence in Alabama with Robert Carradine and Joan Cusack in mind.
Wow.
Then they say Drew Barrymore was the first choice to play Alabama, but she was unavailable. And then Juliette Lewis was the first choice to play Alabama. Make up your mind, IMDb.
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport was originally cast in the role of Marvin, but the casting director later thought Rappaport was right for the role of Dick Ritchie, who was originally intended to be African American in the script. Okay. The motel room fight scene between Alabama and Virgil took 5 days to shoot. Tom Sizemore was originally cast as Virgil before eventually assuming the role of Cody Nicholson. Sizemore recommended James Gandolfini for the part. The scene in which Dimes, Nicholson, and Nicholson interrogate Elliot was improvised by the three actors. Bullshit. It's word from the script, folks. All right, I'll do a couple more here.
Okay.
The genesis of the film began with a 50-page script by Roger Avery titled The Open Road. Avery described the plot as being about an odd couple relationship between an uptight businessman and an out-of-control hitchhiker who travel into a hellish Midwestern town together. When he had trouble finishing it, he asked his friend and fellow video archives clerk, of course, Tarantino, to give it a shot. After several weeks, Quentin handed him over 500 handwritten pages of what Avery described as the Bible of pop culture. Roger typed and edited the behemoth, working with Quentin on further story ideas. According to a Film Threat article in 1994, the final script was a combination of this movie and Natural Born Killers. Reportedly, it followed Quentin's original Natural Born Killers script until after the prison riot. After escaping, Mickey and Mallory decide to find and kill the screenwriter who wrote the glitzy Hollywood movie about their exploits. The writer goes on the run, and True Romance was the movie he writes while trying to evade the two psychotic killers. This is so fucking nuts. Trademark Tarantino chapter fashion out of chronological order. When it becomes obvious that the miniseries length script would never sell, they split the two stories into separate movies. In early versions of the script, the character of Drexel Spivey had several more scenes. Many were removed and repurposed for Pulp Fiction before being removed from that project as well. Copies of the original script sent out to studios had the tagline, "When you're tired of relationships, try a romance."
Yeah. Good to see you, Basco and Rich. Raider Rich.
Hey guys. Raider Rich and Masco Scenario joining us.
We're gonna take next week off
Mhm.
because I'm gonna go watch the new Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and later on, Deleted and I are gonna get together for a non-spoiler review of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Mhm.
But we will be back on March 28th with Kurt Russell and and Kevin Costner in 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Which also co-stars Christian Slater.
Yes.
So we'll be seeing him again.
Playing Elvis.
Mm-hmm. Baytown Outlaws. Yeah, I haven't actually seen that movie, so I can't really speak to it.
So yeah, next week we're gonna take a break, but we will bring you a non-spoiler review of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire later that night. I am gonna be headlining on Netters Network tonight. Looking forward to that. And I got karaoke on Saturday and Western Cinema, which we'll be watching on Western Cinemas this week. A Man Called Django. We're gonna do it right this time.
Mm-hmm. We're actually going to have sound.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Later on tonight, after Bill and Netter have finished up on Thursday things, will of course be the weekend update. My chance to touch base with my subscribers and let everybody know what is coming up for the channel. One of which I'll go ahead and give away now. Bill's going to be on Netter's show tonight, and Netter is going to be on my midnight show this upcoming Sunday as my guest.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Very good.
So stay tuned. You will be seeing Bill and I again.
Yeah.
Tonight.
We hope to see you all there. As I always say as my parting words, be excellent to each other. Party on. And we'll be seeing you on the next one. Back to you, Deleted.
And as I always say, I want to once again thank everybody on both mine and Bill's chats and on the Rumble page. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I hope that you all enjoyed the show. And I actually got a little bit confused because, and I had meant to bring this up a little bit earlier, but I guess we got a few minutes where I could do it now. that the original, and hello, Janet from another planet.
Hey, Janet.
Jumping in right at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Now, this is going to be a spoiler alert for what was intended to be the ending of the film. Because I thought the ending that I'm thinking of was in this version, but apparently it's not. Okay, so I'm going to go into where the ending of the movie changed from what we just saw. In Tarantino's original draft, Clarence died when he got shot by Dimes, Chris Penn's character. There are two versions of how Dimes gets killed. There's the version that we saw here where he's shot by Alabama. And then there's another version where he's shot by Luca, Paul Ben Victor's character, the henchman that only speaks Italian. Now, Alabama leaves the hotel at that point alone because Clarence is gone. And she takes the suitcase full of money. And so she goes out, she gets the car, she drives out to Mulholland Drive, I believe. And she has a moment where she considers self-deleting. But she doesn't. And she doesn't because she goes on to meet the Mr. White character from Reservoir Dogs, Harvey Keitel. And she is the Alabama that he's talking about in Reservoir Dogs. But Tony Scott liked Clarence so much that he didn't want to kill him off. So he basically had Tarantino change the last page of the script to where Clarence survived. And that's kind of basically the biggest change from what Tarantino originally wrote to what ended up in the final film. But yeah, I mean, you decide. Check out the deleted scenes. I'm sure they're available, especially if you have the DVD and all that. Check out the scenes that got left out or changed. There's some interesting stuff there. Like I said, there was that scene with Christopher Walken that I wish they had left in, but yeah, still an all good movie. And so enough of my yakking. I'm going to wrap it up. Sorry though. I had intended to go through all of that earlier when we were doing the trivia.
No, that was good. That was good.
Yeah. And the ending that I brought out, that is available. You can see it. So yeah. All right. So for my closer, once again, thank you all for being here. We're taking next week off. We're going to go see Ghostbusters, and we're going to review it for you.
Yep.
And when we do come back, 3,000 Miles to Graceland. And of course, this Sunday, a man called Django over on Western Cinema Presents.
Yep. Hmm. Indeed.
From HQ and a second home office in Arizona, and all other points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong, because this is how we win.
Evening, folks. We'll see you later.